We're trying to do it like so we can do it with our mind. Hey guys!
Hi.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Pardon me, you do the intro. I gotta update this message of the day.
Welcome to Playfulverse. Sitting on my right is the lovely Randy.
Hello.
And David.
Hello.
Who's tinkering with some stuff. So this is a very special Playfulverse because we're actually going to be joined by our guests, Mr. and Mrs. Creativerse. And we're going to be joining them on Twitch Country where they are building Hogwarts, which is an amazing, ginormous build.
I've been trying to pop in every once in a while and see how
It just gets bigger every time.
Yes.
It's insane.
Yes.
So I'm just going to be assisting in the most minimal sense on their world and hopefully chatting with them, answering a few questions. Yeah.
I think this is a great idea. We've been talking about doing a stream like this where we're bringing in somebody who plays Creativerse a ton and streams Creativerse a ton. And I think there is no person who streams Creativerse more than Mr. Creativerse.
Yes.
I mean,
And Mrs. Creativerse.
his name is so fitting.
Yes.
And Mrs. Creativerse.
Yeah. You know, sometimes people think he's a dev. They ask him questions.
Oh, yeah?
And he has to be like, oh, Galoo. I don't know. He's coming for us right now.
Yeah.
Also, apologies in advance. My voice is not doing so well today, so I may have to get up and leave so that I don't cough and into your eardrums and blow them out.
And just to add on that lovely community note, we want to be able to do more of these very inclusive streams, and this is our first one, so Mr. C is holding our hand and we're going in this together, but we would love to in the future be able to stream with Mars or Jojo or all the new streamers of Creativerse and really just play together and have fun.
Yeah, it's kind of, we're branching out from the initial idea of Playfulverse. Not to say that we won't visit Playfulverse again. We will, but we're also branching out, and we're branching out in who we bring on to the show, because we want to talk to some of these people who've been doing amazing stuff, and let them show us and explain to us what they've done in their own words.
Sure. Does it sound good to you, Randy?
Sounds good to me.
Awesome. So we also have some goodies, maybe. I don't know. I heard a rumor. We have some goodies that we might be giving out.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Randy, did you hear something about
You're
that?
making me scared.
Oh, okay. Well, do you know, sometimes I walk in the morning to the office and I say, good morning, Randy, and he just runs in the other direction. So it's just, he's actually
It's
chained to the
habit
floor.
at this point, so
And you're the most polite person on the team.
at least I don't scream.
Right.
Chase just goes, so it's fine. Anyway, so why don't we just go ahead and join Mr. and Mrs. C and Twitch Country?
That sounds good to me. It's gonna be a blank screen for a minute. Okay, there we go.
Cute, cute, cute. And headphones on. Roger that.
We'll be attempting to translate so that Randy can join in the conversation, although I may just have him take my spot on the chair at some point here if my voice doesn't hold up.
Well, if that's not David I can hear in the background.
That is me.
Twitch Country, here we go.
Hey guys, how you doing?
They say hi.
Hi, Mr. Creativerse. So wonderful to have you join us.
No, thank you very much for having us.
And it's a really big day for you guys. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so very long story short, me and Mrs. Creativerse were streaming individually on channels, and over the period of the last couple of months, we've been toying with the idea of having a...
Hang on just a second, Mr. Creativerse.
Okay.
I forgot to turn up the desktop audio. So we're going to do that over again because I don't think anybody can hear you.
Okay.
Mr. Creativerse, welcome to the stream.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah. People watching, let us know if you can't hear Mr. Creativerse. All right, you heard him. Great.
Yay! Hi, Playful.
Hi, Mr. Creativerse, and hi, everybody again.
And if I'm not mistaken, Mr. and Mrs. Creativerse have set up a multi-stream so you can watch both of us at the same time. Isn't that right, Mr. C?
That is correct. It was actually set by one of our moderators.
Oh, thank you to
Mr.
them.
Mr. Lankar. If you can give me few seconds, I'll quickly pop into your Twitch and oh, actually no, I'll tell you what I'll do. I will post it to David directly.
Okay.
Posting. Randy, will you take a look at this? It's crazy.
Taking a look at it. And I am in awe.
Look at this.
Just how long that has taken.
So Lankar is basically the architect for this at the moment, right, Mr. C?
Yeah.
Or he's the one telling
Yeah.
us what to do and when we messed up and how badly.
Yeah, so basically we approached Lankar because we know he's very good with large builds,
Right.
and said that we're interested in building Hogwarts, the Harry Potter series, and he's just ran with it. You know, he's absolutely going to town with it, and he's broken the blueprints down into individual blocks and worked out how tall everything's meant to be and how wide everything's meant to be. So, you know, he is really the driving force behind this project.
And Mars told me that it's changed quite a few times, right? But whose idea actually was it to build Hogwarts? Was that, I think I caught Mrs. C saying that in a stream a while back, but I might be wrong. Is that
No,
what happened?
you are.
I'm the bane of Lankar's life, I think.
Right.
Yeah, so as you guys can hear, our stream's already had interaction with Creativerse, but she is here. It's not just me talking.
Yeah, let me know where you are actually, so I can. I think I have to get
So, yeah,
some supplies, but then I'll catch up with you guys.
Okay, so yeah, the original idea was Mrs. Creativerse. She just decided that we've built a Roman Colosseum as our first big community build, which is, if you take it into context, is 4 claims. Is it 4 or 6 claims?
Say it again.
Colosseum. How many claims?
4.
4.
No. 9.
9. That's not the Colosseum was 9 claims. So you can imagine how big that actually is. But Hogwarts is actually currently at 25 claims.
Wow, 25 claims. That's how big
25
Hogwarts
claims.
is.
My voice, I can already tell it's probably not going to hold out. So I want to go ahead and give Randy a chance to join the stream, interact with you guys, answer questions if you guys have any, like, you know, dev questions.
Yeah.
So I will be sitting here on the side, keeping out on the chat, calling out any interesting questions you guys might have missed. And yeah, I'll turn it over to Randy.
Whoa. Mr. Randy, welcome to the party.
Thank you.
Woohoo!
Hey Randy, how you doing?
I think I took too much of this love
Yep, you got it
potion.
right.
All right, Mrs. C, where are you at?
Up on the roof.
Oh, my goodness. I think I can get there.
So I just have to ask,
Yeah.
how do you guys go about planning out this? Do you grab like a sheet of graph paper? Do you just start laying down the outline? Like, what is
Yes.
the process?
I think Lankar uses paint.
Yeah, Lankar basically got a picture of, from my understanding of it, he got a diagram of Hogwarts, puts it into paint, takes it down to the pixel layer, and works out the ink, the design of it from there.
Okay. And then when he's going
This
through
is
that
right
process, does he say, go ahead and pick like which blocks to use, or is that just something you guys discover as you start putting it in?
One sec. Let me just have a quick look and see if it is in, because I think he may be, if he's available, he might be the better person to ask.
All right.
Okay.
Yes, Mrs. C.
Hey, Lankar.
I mean, look at this. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Lankar, You there?
Yes.
Hey, Lankar. So I'm not 100% sure if you're aware, but we're currently co-streaming with Playful, and they're just asking some interesting questions with regards to how you would go about planning this.
Oh, Mrs. C picked out the main block we're using. The only one I changed it on was the astronomy tower because of people referring to it as a dark tower part of the time, so I changed it to haunted.
Did you look up 3D models for Hogwarts, basically?
Craft found some 3D models we could use, and then a couple other, some more besides that afterwards. But the main ones I'm using are the pictures from the Warner Brothers model they used for filming.
Looks like there's a question in chat regarding the Forbidden Staircase. So what I'm saying is just the only purchase block that they cannot craft. I am not aware of any issues, but we will definitely take a look into it. To the list.
Just a friendly reminder to talk a little bit louder, because and the mic is right there.
Okay.
So you can probably scoot up a little bit.
I'm really helping Lankar right now. I'm just standing on the blocks as he makes them. Pretty wonderful. Okay, Lankar, so if you can hear me, this is where the obsidian will go on top of the haunted stone wall, right? Or
It goes on the ones that Mrs. C is working on down below.
Oh, is that to my right or
So,
left?
Barbara, if you
I'm not sure which
look at
direction she's right now.
Oh yeah, I see Mrs. C.
I was going to say, if you look at the navigation bar at the top, you should be able to see us from there.
Yes.
We actually do have a couple of questions for Randy.
Sure.
From our community. We actually have a request from one of the community asking for green blocks, green pretty blocks, like emerald green. Yeah.
So we're always looking for new ideas for block sets and things that we're currently missing. So any of those types of requests, definitely send them our way, and we will add them to the list of potential future block sets updates.
Yeah.
There's a great question here that I wanted to call out. CyberGal 2K14. Do you want to read that out?
Have you ever considered Twitch integration? For example, have streamers be able to spawn mods and items using chat? That would be so much fun. That actually came up, and I don't know if CyberGal was the one that brought it up a few days ago.
I think she was.
I remember a very similar question a couple days ago, and I did add it to the list for us to talk about in the future, just because there are a lot of streamers that stream on Twitch for Creativerse, and we want to try to make it as interactive as we can.
It's something that's come up a lot in our streams recently, especially with Hogwarts and the adventure side of Creativerse. We were discussing about people doing one of the other things that we're building alongside the Hogwarts castle is the maze from the Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
Right, yeah.
And eventually that's going to actually be made into its own adventure to find the center of the maze.
Oh, Mr. C, I have another idea for you.
Okay.
The room of requirement in Harry Potter, that would be a great place. If streamers could just spawn into that, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah,
so,
it's very,
Mrs.
very
C,
much
there's
so.
another idea for you.
What would that even look like, though? That can be so many different things.
I know.
They just have to build them all.
They have to build all of it. It's just this ongoing project. You thought it was going to be a one-time thing.
All permutations of the room of requirement.
Yes.
That can never be conceived by the human brain.
I just sense Lankar rocking in his chair right now.
He's actually just turned the mute button on. He doesn't want to hear it anymore.
Yeah, we did sort of joke and we said that Lankard didn't quite understand how much of an undertaking he took on with the Hogwarts, but I give Lankard 150% of the accreditation for this project, because him, Mars, Strangecraft, Mrs. C, and everyone who's been really helpful. Pause varies, yeah, and a lot of the community come in and have helped, take do some landscaping and getting everything ready for the next part. And we're just really excited about getting this to the point where it's viewable for everybody, so you can just come in and you can go to the Room of Requirement, or you can go to Dumbledore's office, or you can go to the Herbology Lab. So.
Oh, Mrs. C, you're building Diagon Alley as well, right? Or is that just on
hold? That's on hold at the moment. I haven't done much more.
I think
you've done the Weasley.
You're doing what, sir?
MrCreativerse, Weasley Burrow.
Yeah, so Diagon Alley is on hold until Hogwarts is finished, and then down the from where we done Diagon Alley, it's just down the road. We've done the Weasleys. It's not the main house, is it? It's the Burrow. Yeah. So there is definitely lots of Harry Potter theme going on in Twitch country.
What's your timeline for building it?
There isn't one.
Yeah. When it's done.
How long have you guys been working on Hogwarts so far?
It's got to be
6 weeks.
Try to work it out.
Yeah, we did.
Lankard's just trying.
Sorry, Lankard, go ahead.
6 weeks.
What? This is quite a lot for 6 weeks, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something that couldn't be done without the help of other people.
Yeah. I can't even imagine all the materials you had to get.
Just crafting.
Whoa!
Alright, guys, Mrs. Creativerse keeps falling off the edge of the building.
Oh, that already happened to me. I already beat you to it.
Forget I take C off.
Oh, and also I think the Weeping Willow in Harry Potter, I think that's supposed
the
Whomping Willow. The Weeping
Come on.
Oh my god, I'm not a fan anymore. I can't call myself.
You just lost your Harry Potter card.
Do you know, Randy, when I was younger, I actually used to go to Harry Potter book premiere parties.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I would get up and get dressed up and go to Borders. Remember when Borders was a thing?
Yeah.
Borders is a private bookseller that is no longer, functioning in the U.S. But anyway, they had these book parties, and you would wait till midnight, and you would recite things from the book and eat all the magical jelly beans and play with your wand. And I did that every book release until the last one.
Wow, that's dedicated.
Hey, we finally got Paul Bettner on the stream.
This way, Paul.
I think actually someone
sorry.
I've done it again. I think somebody on the other Discord channel suggested that there was a competition to actually build trees. Maybe we should do one.
Yeah, I saw that. I think that would be a really good idea.
Willow. The best tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just the other day we were talking about trying to have a competition of some sort. So
yeah. There's a lot of competition ideas out there.
Oh, yeah.
You ask and you're like, I'm gonna get 5, and then you get a whole list.
Yeah, we've actually started integrating some Team Green and Team Yellow into our stream because we are going to be.
I cannot hear the conversation you guys are having, so pardon me for forgetting and interrupting. I'm probably talking over Mr. C right now.
Oh, sorry, Mr. C. We have a question.
No, it was just a silly comment. Ignore me. Continue.
I like silly comments.
He's just trying to be rude. Unintentionally.
It's what I do best.
No, it's fine. I was just saying that we've actually started integrating teams on our stream, so we can actually start doing team competitions for builds and adventure ideas and things like that.
Neat. Do Randy and I have to pick a side?
Yeah, who are
Sorry,
the
Barbara?
judges in the competition?
Oh, well, we did originally have in mind a couple of Playful employees, maybe.
Oh.
I don't think I'd have a problem with that.
It would just be
yeah.
Go ahead.
Go on. No. I was just going to say we really appreciate some Playful David and Valentina and Dev input when it comes to judging competitions.
Yeah, I certainly would be down to help with that.
As long as I don't get run over by Mrs. C, which is currently happening.
Yes,
Need to
you
get
do.
out of her way.
You do seem to get back to back every so often.
Oh, look at this. Good work, Mrs. C. This is awesome. I love the effect that an obsidian brick wall has here.
Mm-hmm.
It's really aging the building in a really good
We
way.
had the Rockzilla. We had the Rockzilla spawn on the roof over there.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Over here. Just popped up.
So what's it like streaming from one CampCreativerse instead of your own?
It's still an unsettling feeling because we're back together, and you know it's now got to the point where we're trying to push followers and viewership on this one so we can get this to the affiliate status. Then we can start really publicizing it a lot more.
It sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone in stream actually before you guys turned up that Mr. C is the only person I know who's never not busy.
Because this, you have a job outside of this too, right?
Yeah, I'm a duty manager for a large hotel.
Okay.
It was a recent change too, right, Mr. C? It was like 4 weeks ago or something?
Yes, around
This is
that.
your second.
Yeah, this is my second week actually back in
I feel
hotel.
like personally you sound much happier than before. I think it sounds like a good change.
It's
I didn't want to leave it.
no, the thing is I was working at the same hotel before, but I was working nights and it was affecting my health, so
Oh yeah.
the job came up that was days. It just made sense to go over, but
Yep.
I'm back now, so it's all good.
Yeah, I've worked those night shifts before, and not in hotels, but in video game testing.
Yeah.
Pizzas for a little while, and it's just when you're not getting off work until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I mean, you don't get time to socialize with friends. You're not necessarily eating the greatest, and everything just sort of goes downhill.
Sounds really isolating.
Yes.
Can I?
Yeah, right.
Would you be willing to deliver a pizza to me?
Only if it has double anchovies and double black olives on it.
I'll take it.
Double anchovies.
Ooh.
My,
See, I don't think I could ever share a pizza with David if he's got anchovy.
So
Maybe that was the
my
point.
brother loves anchovies and those black olives.
Black
So-
olives are the best. They get so much hate.
They do, and they're pretty good. I've grown to like them over time, but I sent him a message before I got off work. I was like, hey, do you want a pizza? And he said, yeah, sure. So I asked him what he wanted. He said double anchovies, double black olives. I have to place the order like everybody else. And so this poor cashier, I told her what I wanted. She immediately just stopped, looked up from the computer and said, you want what?
like record scratch.
Yeah.
What? The music stopped.
Yep.
I have never actually had anchovies on pizza,
Oh yeah.
but I do.
Yeah, me
I do
neither.
like olives.
Okay.
Have you had shrimp or prawns?
On pizza? No.
Oh, it's the most delicious thing. Oh, Mr. C gonna run me over again.
You're gonna run her over.
No, I moved.
Yeah, no. All right. Yeah, no. I can only eat shrimp or prawns when they're hot, like it on a pizza or in rice.
So good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like a good jambalaya.
Good chewy little prawns, squishy.
We do have
Yeah.
just a quick one for Randy. We do have some more block ideas and designs.
Okay.
So limestone stroke obsidian windows.
Okay.
Apparently, guys, Playful, our audio is quiet and Mr. C is loud. Maybe we could turn down the desktop audio to like -5 dB. Might even it out a little bit.
What is
Your mouse is on.
Oh.
It's over there. There you go.
If
Just
Playful, if you go down to
Not-
minus
that's
10.3.
probably gonna be too much. Right. Yeah. Right.
How's that, guys?
Is our,
Mr. C, say something.
yeah, say something, Mr. C.
Well, I'll continue with the list. Limestone obsidian windows, limestone fence, white picket fence. Where's the other? We have had massive outcry, myself and Mrs. Creativerse, from our community for Egyptian themed blocks.
Egyptian themed. Okay.
So like very old, kind of ancient Mesopotamia sort of thing.
Yeah. We've had. Yeah, obviously we'll compile a list of everything that's on our Discord. We'll email it over to you.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'm trying to jot down some notes right now.
Yeah.
Some stuff just to make sure that I don't forget it before I get back to my desk.
CyberGal2K14 is interested in what Barbara is drinking.
Oh, CyberGal, you know what it is. It's the most horrible Red Bull. I'm drinking it because it's appreciated worldwide by athletes, busy professionals, college students, and travelers on long journeys. And I feel like
It has
I'm all over.
absolutely nothing to do with the caffeine content.
No, not at all.
Apparently, Barbara is a stealth marketer for Red Bull.
Yes.
Get a
Can
portion
somebody
of that
check
money.
my Venmo?
Actually, this is quite an interesting one that Randy might be able to answer. We've asked, dear Playful, are we going to be seeing more electrical blocks for the like the block phases? Are we going to see any new variations on those?
Possibly. Is there something in particular that people feel is missing? That would be the big question.
Yeah, what's like the most requested?
There's nothing actually requested. It's just a question.
Okay, so just a general question.
Yeah, general question.
So anything is, well, I won't say anything is possible, but we try to be very careful what we add and how we add it.
Yeah.
In terms of the machines and the wiring, just because we don't want to introduce something that's so complex that only a small handful of people can actually understand how to use it.
Yeah.
And at the same time, we also don't want to necessarily duplicate functionality. So there's a way to do something as opposed to 50 ways to do something, right?
Yeah.
We kind of want to make that process simple.
Yeah. Touching on the new blocks and things like that though, streamed yesterday, and I think the Pixie bundle recently
Yeah, the Ritzy.
and the shaping of furniture has had such an impact that people are thinking of other things that made them to actually look like what they're supposed to, like baths and there's just other things that look so much more realistic.
Right.
Well, some of the inspiration for the Ritzy Pixie blocks and such that we got was because of community feedback. One of the things that I was hearing a lot of was we want more things to decorate with, we want more furniture, there's not enough furniture, there's not enough windows. And we tried to incorporate some of that into the Elfie's Wonderland blocks that we released back around December
27th.
And so we've been trying to add more variety in those areas, and those have now sparked more ideas, which hopefully once we can address some of those, they'll spark more ideas. We can just have this great loop of adding this highly requested content and highly requested blocks in.
I think it gives a lot of individuality and more ability for that to progress, especially in terms of beds. Like we had Elfie's Wonderland had different kinds of beds, right? Lots of patterns, and some of those felt like a very modern, very natural progression of the classic bed. And now with Ritzy Pigsy, it's like this very luxurious, pink plush sort of thing.
Yep.
And I thought that was really well received in the community. And the ability to just make more beds, a giant California king bed out of that was really impressive.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of show don't tell.
Right.
And I think the more variety we can give people to show their creation and not require them to explain, oh, this is the bedroom,
right,
this is where a bed would go. They can show that that's where a bed would go, and they can really make that space their own.
For sure. David, did we have any questions?
Well, Caleb on YouTube asks, what do we think about adding a player/human-like enemy, like a skeleton or any type of enemy that's human-like? The answer is we should. That would be great. We sure need some animators before we could do that.
Randy and I can do it, right?
Sure.
Draw like a stick.
Yeah, I will delegate that task to you.
I mean,
and
wouldn't
then let
that...
me know when it's done.
Think about it, though. Wouldn't that be like a terrifying, like, evil guy if it's just a stick? You're like, who is he?
Just a stick?
Charging at you.
Just
a stick. And he's like transparent.
Animated in Maya, of course.
And what?
Animated and sculpted in Maya. Yeah. ZBrush and then Maya. That's the process, right?
Very, very high poly stick.
Yes, high poly stick.
Mrs. Creativerse have said if it's steak, it's got to be a red eye.
Oh.
We do have somebody asking about a new creative contest, so I don't know if we want to talk about that yet, but we are going to talk about that later on.
Oh wait, I also have something to share.
We also have something to share.
All right, so as you know, I am really fond of Lumite, and I was searching in the underworld, the corrupt layer, for corruption dust, and I thought it's really hard to get that sometimes, I die several times down there. Why not give everyone some corrupted goodies, corruption dust, so they don't have to stop by the Creativerse store and get some.
That's very nice.
The metaphorical store, obviously.
So your suffering is everybody else's gain.
Yes, exactly. I'm very narcissistic. So I created this store code for you guys. You can redeem it in the store. The store code is, Randy?
Mojo.
Mojo! And you can find corrupted soup, corrupted sandwiches, corruption potion,
Corrupted
a bomb,
pie, I think.
pie, and corruption dust. So,
Foxotic asks, wow, Playful, trying to corrupt us?
I mean, sweet
This is
corruption,
Barbara we're talking about here.
Yeah,
so.
it's me.
More like Evil Corp.
Oh no, that sounds like a Pixar villain. Isn't it? A little? No, you don't agree? Alright.
No.
I only brought you over here because you were going to agree with me, and now it's not working out in my favor.
Well, I'm sorry that I am a disappointment.
Question we got from our community over here, guys, is they would like to know, what movie are you more looking forward to, Captain Marvel or Avengers 4?
Which movie are we looking forward to more, Captain Marvel or Avengers 4? So, that's a tough one. I would like to say Avengers 4, but I don't want the people, I think, that are going to die, so I don't want to watch the movie. So it's this really weird conundrum where I want to see it, but at the same time, if I don't see it, it means that they're still alive.
Right, denial.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great. It's been working for me, so.
Yeah. That's a good way to live, I suppose.
Mr. C, are you doubting the way that we are living?
Would a member of the cult of Brainsloth doubt anything you say?
A member.
Are you a card-carrying member?
I am not a member of that cult.
Oh, that's right. You're trying to start your own cult, aren't you?
I'm not trying to do that. It just happens that...
It just so happens that, yes, continue.
I have a tower now with just the right amount of space for like a cult, gathering.
Okay.
But,
You don't talk about starting your own cult on Twitch.
Yeah,
You do it in
exactly.
secret.
No, you put it out publicly so that way people think you're just joking.
Is
And
that
then
what
when
you
it
do?
happens, you go, oh my gosh, no, that wasn't me.
Apparently,
Why would
Randy-
somebody do something so silly, like
I
announce
think-
that they're starting a
I think
I guess
Randy wants
Randy's
his
an
own.
expert on starting cults. I think Randy wants his own cult, guys. So
JoJo made a restaurant, and she
I
has a
saw
leafy
that.
named after you.
I saw that. That made me so happy.
Did you always want to be a leafy?
I have wanted to be a leafy. That might be my next Halloween costume.
I feel like pixies are just as cute. Mr. C, what do you think?
Sorry, the community had my seconds. The question?
Do you prefer leafies or pigsies?
Oh, come on.
I can't
Really?
remember. I can't remember.
Barbara's asking me, what do I prefer, leafies or pixies? Well, for those who don't know, let me give you a little hint. I am captain of Team Yellow. Mrs. Creativerse is captain of Team Green.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, there is the autumn.
Yeah, there's the
leafy,
autumn.
Right? So.
Well, I can safely say, I'm going to cut David right off there. I can safely say that I am a Pixie fan,
Okay.
and
Oh.
myself and the rest of the Pixie fans are very disappointed that there is no Pixie merchandise
Oh, right.
in the store.
Yeah.
Oh.
What do you have to say for yourself?
What do you have to say for yourself? I run the game. I don't run the store. Well, I don't actually run the store.
I just run
pretend
the
I do.
cult.
Okay, so you run the cult.
Yeah.
So it's David's fault?
It's David's fault.
Okay, it's David's fault. Got it.
What? I can hear you guys.
Oh, I thought these worked also.
Yeah,
In that
thought
way.
it- yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. They made a cone of silence around them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Placed that wrong.
No, I know. Hold on. I'm trying to rotate it, but it's being fun.
Oh.
Do what I want.
I was taking photos of you guys. Those
I
are
couldn't
going on
tell.
Twitter.
Yeah, I couldn't tell with the light and the
Oh, you did
phone
turn the light on.
taking.
Oh, is it too washed out? What do you guys think?
I'm always washed out, actually.
Oh, so Mr.
Barbara,
and
you're just
Mrs.
rapid fire self-deprecating humor today. I love
Yeah.
it.
Mr. and Mrs. C, what about you guys in the Marvel movies coming up here?
Oh, me personally, I'm really looking forward to Captain Marvel.
Okay.
I don't really follow them though, do I?
No, Mr. C is not a massive superhero fan,
Same.
unless it is Mr. Stephen Amell as the Green Arrow.
Okay.
Mr. C, I forgot. Did you watch Into the Spider-Verse yet? Because that one is great.
No, I'm
Mr.
specifically
C.
waiting now because I'm gonna get it on Blu-ray when it comes out, so we can watch it, analyze it, rewatch it,
Write an
analyze
essay
it.
on it. I'm looking forward to your review on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes.
No, we saw the Lego movie too.
Yeah, we
how was
took
that?
That was pretty fun.
yeah we took young Master Creativerse to go and see it last Saturday, and Yeah, it's interesting.
Which movie was that? Sorry.
Lego
Oh,
2.
the Lego movie. Okay.
Yeah.
Was it awesome?
Everything is awesome.
See, some of it wasn't awesome, and if you've seen it, you'll understand.
Oh, I fell. Oh, wait.
She fell,
But yeah, no,
or pushed her.
maybe a little bit of both. But yeah, does the Playfulverse community have any questions with the?
I don't know. David, any questions?
Well, Zalithan asks, how about making machines return true and false based on their state, and we could choose what to return. Let's say a loot spawner is empty, then it would return false, and when it has some loot, it would return true. What do you say, Dev?
Dev.
You asked if there were questions.
Yes.
That's true.
So, I suspect that it would be more difficult than it appears on the surface, but I will add it to the list.
You're basically Santa Claus now.
I'm Santa Claus?
The list of Creativerse.
Oh,
ones.
yes.
Playful calls.
Oh, yeah.
He actually is, sorry to interrupt, he actually is typing the note into his phone.
He is.
So he will remember. And, no, never mind, sorry. For a second there I was like, is that a BlackBerry? And then I was like, no. It's just my imagination.
Did you like flash back to 20 years ago?
I don't know why, it's just the look of it made me think of like an old school smartphone.
Oh, okay.
They're called vintage now.
But not antique?
No.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no. They'd
No.
first be antique and then vintage, right?
I thought it was vintage and then antique.
Oh.
But I can admit to not having extensive knowledge of this area.
This week on Antiques Roadspot.
Now guys, let me know, I have a question, let me know, I don't want to interrupt.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
you're good.
Okay, so we've gotten this question before, but now that we have some new folks on the team, I'd really love to ask Randy in particular, because I don't know that there's a definitive answer to this, but what is the main story to the game? Kind of the backstory or the lore? And that's from Knockers283 on YouTube.
What is the main story to the game? So, it is what you want it to be.
No, Randy, this is what happened. There was a ship, an alien ship, and it had this crazy thing in the back, this monster, and it also had QB as part of the computer, and she defeated the alien, and thus Creativerse was born.
I like it.
It's also the premise of Alien 1 and 2 and 3. You can take that one if you want.
Okay, I will add it to the official canon.
Yeah. No, but it is, back to your point, it is whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, and we kind of purposefully have steered away from having a like set in stone, very definitive narrative to the game, just because we don't want it to potentially alter the perception or inadvertently direct creative energy in ways that we don't want to. We want Creativerse to be what people want it to be, and we want the story to be more about what you create and less about necessarily the world itself.
Because, I mean, you can create even your own game.
Right.
Within Creativerse, you know?
Right.
That said, there does still exist within the game from an earlier time, years ago, back when we were moving in the direction of the game having a story, and some of our longer players will have collected all of the old data chips, the torn journal pages, and the crash dumps, which give clues to kind of the story that we had in mind. Again, I mean, that stuff existed at one time. I don't know that it really applies as much anymore. Those things are still in the game though, so you can find them and kind of piece that together if you're interested in that.
Nobody saw that.
Except the whole world.
We've actually made the backstory of Creativerse a big part of CampCreativerse. So we've actually we're giving people the opportunity to come up with their own theories and publish it on the website.
Oh, that's really cool. What are some of the coolest ones that you've gotten thus far? Or is that a relatively new project?
It's a relatively new project, but it is something that is... there's going to be like a blog page, so people can log in and write their own theories or their own backstory to who were the creators and who is this mystical cube that keeps following called QB.
Sweet.
I will have to keep eyes on that.
Yeah.
So how many, this is Twitch country?
Yes.
So how many people do you usually have playing in here on a regular basis, Mr. and Mrs. C?
Oh, on a regular basis, I would say it's usually anywhere between 5 and 25 people, depending on what we're doing and what the...
If we're all not working,
Yeah.
we otherwise end up with.
Yeah.
If we're all over the map, I don't think it's much of an issue, is there?
No. We've had I think at one time we had about 40 people on the map, all in their own areas, doing little bits of little bits and bobs that they were working on.
Twitch country, because I think in your chat has asked, obviously, this is actually country. I made it originally for people to come and play alongside us, but now because there is builds on here, have actually shut this to
Temporarily.
but it's not as temporary as you think.
Okay.
We've actually, because we had a bit of a mishap with coming in and wrecking a load of stuff, we had to put password on the make it just for our moderators. And I made CampCreativerse every.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only thing I advise yourself.
I didn't catch, you were dropping out for that last part.
Yeah,
Mrs.
your
C.
mic was a little weird.
Yeah, it's just, Mrs. Creativerse just said that on Camp Creativerse it is open for everybody. Anyone can come in and claim some land and build what they really want to build. But we just recommend that everyone claims any land. It stops any mishaps of people blowing other people's stuff up.
Gotcha.
Sounds right. Now over here, is this just the Hufflepuff lady? Is it Mrs. I forgot her name. Oh my goodness. The greenhouse where they learn.
This is the test, Barbara.
Oh, I'm failing.
You're gonna get kicked out of
I
Hogwarts.
saw that actress once. I think I was in Heathrow and she was there and I thought she was in costume, but that's what she actually looks like. It
Interesting.
was interesting. Do you know what I'm talking about, Mr. C? The
Yeah. Are you at the?
lady?
Yeah. Are you at the herbology greenhouses?
Yes. I
Yeah.
like what you've done with the place. Looks good.
That is all Mrs. Creativerse.
Well, I like this because there's no creepy mandrakes.
You get a half point.
Oh, half point. That's crazy. Mr. C, thank you and to both of you for letting us hang out here and trusting us
No, you're always welcome.
to contribute.
I might stick a knock sign under one of the plant pots,
Yeah.
Have you guys thought about Hogsmeade, building that after?
That would be a Mrs. Creativerse question. Hogsmeade.
Hogsmeade?
Mrs.
Well, if I
C, just how far do you want to take this Harry Potter world?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. I wouldn't mind doing like a giant chessboard with the wizard chest. That'd be pretty cool.
With the wizard
Yeah.
chest?
Yeah. Wizard chest, and I don't know how Hogsmeade would work. That's quite big as well.
Well, I do think Diagon Alley is something that more people would, I think, want, especially if you made that into a blueprint. It's one of the most... It has pretty good photography for what they wanted that to look like and what it was in the movie. And I don't think it would... You could make it as big as you wanted, right? I can't wait to see Diagon Alley, to be honest.
There was just one question,
Oh, sure.
and this is from me personally. Do Playful have the ability to make blueprints that are larger than the largest blueprint maker that we can?
I have seen it in the list, but I don't know that it actually works.
Right. It is purely because we were discussing that if at any point would be blueprinted, as in the Hogwarts castle, we've sort of estimated that it would be a stupid amount of numbers of blueprint makers to try and blueprint. It's just for future reference.
Right.
I mean, look at this.
Can you open up the map real quick? I want to see
Yeah.
what this looks like on
Let me
the map.
just... Falling out of love.
That's so sad.
Alright, map.
Where are you building the maze, Mr. C?
I am. If you open up the map, you can see the whole of the Hogwarts 25 blocks.
Yeah.
And 3 blocks. Sorry, 2 claims to the right of the current aimed area.
In the east.
So it's probably like... Huh.
You're more than welcome to come and have a look at where we are so far.
Yeah, the last time I saw it, you were still working on the first layer of it, so I'm kind of curious if you want to fly over there.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I just want to see how far it's come already. I want to head to the east, though.
I'll tell you what. I'll meet you at the bandstand at the north end of the maze.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow. Oh my goodness. This is so
Awesome.
much.
Wow.
That's crazy.
If you're flying over, you some shredded leaves in amongst the maze.
Yep.
They are actually going to be replaced with block phasers.
Oh, yeah.
When you walk too close to it, it's actually going to block off that path. So you have to make an alternative route maze.
I was actually wondering if you're going to do something like that, because I know it wasn't necessarily a completely static maze while they were in there.
Is that a Quidditch field I see to the...
No, I think that's the grandstand he was talking
the
about, if you want to
grandstand,
head
yeah,
up there.
Yeah.
I just see it is
I
the
see.
middle of the maze.
Where is the middle of the maze? I'm being asked by my community.
There
So
is one.
I haven't actually put the Triwizard Cup in, but the middle of the maze, I think Playful have just flown over. They've already seen it.
Yeah, we see it.
Yeah, so this is the centre of the maze
I
here.
went today and it sent me to the corruption level.
That's it.
Yeah, I haven't coded it yet, so
Sweet.
it'll take you pretty much anywhere. But it is
That's
yeah,
very
it's
impressive, Mr. C. Thank you so much for showing
coming along
us.
nicely.
We're actually going to wrap it up, but that is just the coolest thing ever. I'm going to go back to talking here. Boop. Thank you so much, Mr. C.
Yes, thank you.
No,
It's good
you're
talking to you.
always welcome.
All right. Bye. Well, that was awesome.
Yes. 6 weeks. 6 weeks in
yeah.
already. And that
Because when I saw it at first, I just saw him like putting some leaves
Right.
down, and it was all adorable.
I mean,
but-
even the maze. Like I
Yeah.
was watching him work on that a couple days ago, and I am amazed at how far it's already come, even in just a couple of days of time.
yeah, I think it's. So guys, yeah, thank you. I think that went super well. As you can see, Hogwarts is a very.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt. This camera feels so blurry to me.
Does it?
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe it's just your eyes.
It could just be my eyes. I might need to get new eyes.
Yeah. We have some in the back though.
I think they have a deal on eyes on Amazon Prime
Buy
Day.
2 get 1 free.
So, yes.
For your
So-
third eye. Gotta keep the bad energy away.
Well, so I didn't get to hear a lot of that. What was like the coolest thing Mr. C had to say about his build?
I mean, I'm still
Honestly, the 6 weeks
yeah.
just blows me away because, I mean, I know that he said there's somewhere around 6 to 25 people that have claims there and play on there. But for the most part, I can just name off the top of my head the streamers that I know that are going there.
Yeah.
And I know that Lenkar sometimes stays up all night.
Wow.
So yeah, that's just really impressive to me, just in general. The scope of it is
Yes.
so much.
Like I mean, I've seen some pretty big builds that took 2 or 4 claims and took a couple weeks to build.
Yeah.
But being 6 weeks in already, and
For sure.
from the looks of it, probably a few more weeks out.
Yeah.
I just
Like, can you imagine this in 8 more weeks? Once furniture is in and torches.
all the torches are in,
Yeah.
and all the rooms are getting.
I think it'll be
filled
really
out.
impressive, guys, and I
Yeah.
hope that you can go, check it out.
We'll have to do a follow up.
We have to do a
Visit,
follow-up, yes. And I just wanted to go ahead and show you the promo code. That's Mojo, and you can get my sweet, sweet corruption bundle full of corrupted pie, sandwiches, potions, bombs, goodies. It's all there for you, and it's valid until the end of March, so you have
And
plenty of time to claim it.
Apparently 103 of you have already claimed it.
Way to
Congrats
go.
to those 103
That's
of you. You make me proud.
awesome.
I was wondering if you had that number.
I like to
He
do that.
likes to do that, right? That was a lot of fun.
Yes, it
Great,
was. We'll
thanks,
have to do
Randy.
that again.
Yeah. Maybe we can get Brent and Chase on here.
Oh, yeah. That'd be good. Yeah,
For
get
sure.
Brian in here.
Yeah.
It's good.
Let's
to-
take over
There
now.
was
Yeah,
a distinct lack of dad jokes on this stream because Brian wasn't here.
That's
So,
true.
that is very
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. His name in our chat and the company is actually at Dad Jokes, so it's great. He's very proud of them. Yeah. Thanks for joining us, guys. I thought that was a really, really fun Playfulverse. And
Did you want to talk about the thing we're starting today?
I don't know. Do we want to?
What thing are we starting today?
So we're starting a contest.
Can you read that title, Randy?
Take your best shot to create escapes of destiny.
Yes. So we are starting, as you guys know, a lot of things have happened since the last Take Your Best Shot. We have new avatars, costumes, blocks, Ritzy Pigsy, right? And we thought, what better way to show this off than to let you guys have another screenshot contest so we can spruce the loading screens a little What are you doing? Better.
I'm trying to peek my fingers out.
And we will have all of that for you available right after the stream. Just give me a moment and we will have all the details. But basically, treat this as a photography contest. It's basically take your best shot. If it's landscapes, builds, it's always nice to ask before you take a picture, but you don't have to build it yourself. And there are some pretty cool prizes. So, yeah.
I'm
Look
excited.
forward to sharing that for you.
I know I've been asking.
Are you going to enter?
We'll see.
No, he's not allowed.
I'm sure it's in the rules somewhere.
Yeah.
You can enter, you can't win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What if I have a pseudonym?
We'll find it out.
You're gonna have to go through so many layers of like security, like third party upon shell company.
Nothing gets past this third eye.
Right, Barbara does have that third eye.
Yeah.
So yeah, those will be going. At some point, we'll be putting those into the game as new loading screens.
For
I'm
sure.
excited.
Yeah.
I am very excited.
And Randy's been pushing for this contest.
I've been asking about it for a little while.
I was like, oh, Randy,
The
don't talk to
surprise
me.
was genuine because I didn't know you guys were actually doing it right now.
Oh yeah, I didn't tell you.
No, you didn't. That was the one bit of news.
See,
I didn't
that
know.
I am effective. You told me you wanted it, and we made it happen.
And I trusted you to do it.
High five. Nice. All right, guys. Well, with that being said, we hope you join us next time and check out all the deets. We will post on social media. And as always, you can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, all of that jazz. And we'll see you next time.
Oh, and before we go, if you stick around, we are probably going to raid Mr. C.
Oh,
so
we
you
have
can
to raid
just
Mr. C. Yeah.
Hang around and check him out. He's got his own stream going, CampCreativerse right
With
now.
Mrs. C, of course. Thank you so much, guys.
You wanna, yeah. Bye, guys.
All right, guys.
6
You need to go
seconds.
check them out. All right. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.